We did it.
We did it.
We did it. We did it.
There's a bad echo, and I don't know where it's coming from. Try turning down your volume on your mic.
Oh, okay.
It's catching a lot of feedback. Okay. Hey, no more echo. Okay. Nope, there's the echo. Oh, it's your computer.
Wait. It was my computer volume.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sometimes that may happen when I'm working. Customers will like call me, and I'll hear that echo, and I can't hear myself think. What link? Or this link?
Yeah, I got it. I'm running over to Patreon.
Well, there are a few people jumping in already on the other one. Like I just now reposted the link. Look at you, Virgo away. Get it. All right, we got like 10 in here.
Yeah, that's cool. Give it a second. They'll be here.
All right. So who are we? So we got this new moon in Gemini coming tomorrow, and we're going to throw down by element rather than sign by sign, so we can knock things out a bit faster. I've got a couple of decks with me today. I didn't do an oracle. Miriam's got some really cool oracle cards without us having to do a lot of reading, and get you guys your messages and keep going. Yeah, I saw that message, Amy.
Right? Okay.
Oh, somebody was making an awkward comment. Jamie Fry.
Oh, Jamie. I need to talk to her. Jamie, I need to talk with you. Because we're friends. I need to talk with her later. Okay. There she is. Okay, cool. Yeah, Jamie and I need to have a little chat together.
Mm-hmm. So is everybody having a good weekend? I wish I had a boat. I'd be out on the lake right now doing some fishing and some shenanigans.
I had my earbuds in last time.
Yeah.
That's what happens in a week. You know what I mean?
This week. Oh my gosh.
There. How's that? That better?
That sounds fine to me. So a lot's happened in this past week astrologically, folks, and I'm sure that we could get a vote down in the chat of how many people had a life-altering event happen this past 7 to 10 days. I've had a few, so just got to keep going with the flow. There's a lot of big movement happening, and it's one of those things that Scorpio full moon went chow. Because I went back and I was like kind of listening to the read, because I didn't get to listen too much to Miriam while we were doing it. I was in my zone, and man, those were really on point. So if you haven't checked out that video, you may want to go back to the last and our first. So this is our second going live together for realsies this time. But go check out that other Scorpio full moon reading by element. It was pretty crazy. All right. Hallway.
Vicky.
Vicky was talking
Hi,
about getting all
Ashdale.
hot in there. Depression.
Hello.
All right. Amy. Yeah,
Soul
depression.
Reaper.
You're in the wrong place, buddy.
Hi, Soul Reaper. Thanks for watching the channel. We appreciate you being here. I think you're exactly in the right spot.
So Soul Reaper says we should have probably get off here and go take care of our kids. Well, Soul Reaper, Amy, get busy booting that dude.
Please, thank you.
I give zero shits about your opinion, and bye-bye. Don't come in my lane talking your business.
I have other things to do, if I'm honest.
Yeah, like you even know about our kids, or if we have them, just bye-bye. Bye-bye. Whatever, dude. Like, grow up.
I reported him.
Well, whatever. I can get going. Okay.
Cool.
Well, we can't be screwing with that. Let's get going. Are you ready, darling?
I'm ready.
Okay.
So what are we starting with? Have we decided?
No.
Usually make cards say it size matters.
Yeah.
Who's that?
It's somebody that needs to just go on with their day.
Here, let's report them. There.
Are all the pervs and idiots gone out of chat already?
It does. It takes time. Sweet Pablo. It does. It takes time.
Well, I mean, we've got the Gemini new moon tomorrow. So you want to start with the air signs first? I mean, all this energy that's happening, like, and Saturn just moved into Aries last night. You know, the reset button has been hit, right? Yeah. So it's definitely air and fire type energy going on. So all the stagnancy's done. If everybody feels this vroom, that's because air and fire. All right. So we're going to do the air signs first for this Gemini new moon. Bear with us just a bit while we get in our zone, and we won't be watching chat really. So if anybody's in here to waste their time, or anybody else is in our chat, it's not worth it.
Hi, Barbara. Hello, my friend. I haven't seen you in a while. I'm adding Barbara as the moderator because, oh my goodness, girl practically moved in with me for the past, 9 years? Oh. All right. So we're going to start with Gemini. Well, the air signs. Yeah, we're doing them as a whole, right? Yeah. I don't want to mess that up. Okay. Show me the air signs, please. June 2025.
Sweet Pablo, we're laying tarot. We're doing tarot.
Rising Venus for the air signs, please, for April 2025. Or not April, June.
I do not want to go backwards, babe.
New moon. Show me the Gemini new moon, please. For June 2025. Oh, wow.
Ooh, goodness. Goosebumps everywhere. Whoa.
Just to let you know, you guys, if you are new, we will be putting the information below this video. So if you would like a reading with Heather, you can email her at her email. And the good news is Kai finally goes to his formal training this Friday, which means my calendar will be open Saturday. You guys have been waiting. I've been getting all these emails. When are you going to start reading again? You can anticipate that Saturday. Okay, I'll open the calendar. You guys can start booking for next Saturday if you want a reading with me. So that information will be down below. And let's take a look here, air signs. I have a Six of Cups. I have a soulmate, soul contract person, but I also have a Two of Cups in the reverse in the spread, and the Lovers in the reverse in the spread. So, go ahead. I just wanted to let them know.
Oh, as far as what came out for the air signs, for me, right. I mean, it started right off the bat with the Four of Wands in reverse with the moon underneath it. Definitely seems going through it. It almost seems like somebody who just woke up out of a fog and is like stumbling out of something they've been dealing with. I've got the Knight of Wands in the upright and the Hermit in reverse right below it. This just talking about waking up and jumping in and taking action. But right in the middle, I mean, I have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, the Empress in the upright, and the King of Pentacles in the upright as the undercard for the 7. So looking at this, other goods, the Star card, Ace of Cups, and the underside of the underbelly, we're looking at it like this. So the overall energies are the Page of Swords in the upright and the Page of Cups in reverse for the underlying energies of this whole read for you guys. So looking, you can go ahead and go, Miriam. I'm putting this together. I've kind of been glancing at the
I'm
chat.
putting it together too.
It's it's pretty. I'm not seeing any swords anywhere except for the Page of Swords, which was the underside. So it's almost like somebody's really wishing for something new to take off and launch with that Page of Swords. Almost like doing a lot of thinking, and maybe even just talking with friends about something that you're interested in doing. Whether when I'm looking through it, it definitely just looks like somebody's leveling up, basically, coming out of an ending with that Four of Wands and the Moon card and the upright underneath it. It speaks to a new start because and it's not necessarily, I'm hearing, not necessarily celebratory, but necessary. That there's been an illusion about I want to say a collaboration. Okay. Because the Four of Wands, I mean, it can speak to anything with a structure, stability. Sometimes people see it as a celebration card, like going to an event, like a wedding or something like that. And it very well could be that there's uncertainty about an event that's coming up and whether or not you should go or not. It's go time, baby. It's go time. You air signs are ready to get out and get moving. With that Hermit in reverse and that Knight of Wands, you're forging forward. You just may not necessarily you may be lacking the excuse my words, I can't word today. You might be lacking the finances to know, to feel like you can go forward. And so that might be putting a little bit of an undertone to the hesitation, but don't hesitate. Don't worry about not having enough money. Don't worry about the competition, and or what other people will think, because, everybody's always going to stand up on that milk carton and proclaim that their way is the right way, is kind of what I'm getting from that. As far as the star card, it came out with the Seven of Cups in reverse underneath it. That tells me that you've made a choice, or that there is very soon a choice that's going to reveal itself. Because it's almost like I'm seeing a story of you having a little bit of an inadequacy or uncertainty about what role you will play in this event, and if it's something you want to do or not, because is the bickering and all that worth it? Now you're holding your ground down here, with the King of Pentacles and the Empress and the upright. It's all in your vibe, it's in your energy, right? So if you're feeling and coming from a position of lack, this reading would be change the mindset on it. Get out of your feelings. You can't be immature about it, because immaturity is part of what's been holding you back. The resources themselves, it doesn't matter if you think you have the resources or not, with it being this Gemini air energy. It talks about conversating, finding people that have similar passions to you, and or rooting out to others that have the similar passions to you, because those are bridges. I'm hearing it like, don't worry, babe, we got you. Oh, hey, I got this. Worrying about whether or not there's going to be enough. But the pentacles are there, and I think it's going to bring a heartfelt bit of gratitude to you. So I'll shut up now, because I know Miriam's itching at the bit here.
Am I? Okay. This is how it's going to start. Gemini. We're coming in, person that you're attached to, soulmate, soul contract person. There might have been an experience with this person in the past where there's an objective. You guys are trying to work towards the objective, and then you fail. And then you pick it up again, and then you fail. And then you pick it up again, and things are getting dropped because something has been tripping, right? There's a soulmate, soul contract person that's in the energy here, and this person it looks like they've been more concerned about the divine masculine aspect, okay? They've also sort of judged, they've had several judgments about people, sort of like a snob. I'm a snob. I think that my divine masculine energy is better than yours. And it also has this maybe sexual thing to it, where this person could be saying, mine is so much better than yours. Yeah. What I see here is that there's been a choice, and this has been a very long time of thinking that I'm catching about this choice, Gemini, like you've been stewing and stewing and stewing. This might be about an ex, definitely could be about an ex. And let's say that you're a parent and you have a child, right? And there's like a protection that they're little, they don't know. They don't know the reason for something. Gemini catches some bad news and hears the bad news and goes, oh, that's why you weren't calling, or, oh, that's why you didn't show up, or, oh, now. But I don't think Gemini fully believes the truth of this. Gemini's also been pushing at someone, and they've been coming after them, like poking the bear, going, hey, I need to know something. Hey, I need to know something. Hey, I need to know something. Hey. And the bear has been like asleep. They don't talk. They won't talk about whatever this thing is. Now, because of the truth that comes out. No, there's been a requirement. Gemini had a requirement that Gemini wanted met. And the person that you're testing, basically, Gem, they couldn't accomplish something. There's also, I think the person that you're close with, Gemini, there's someone here that either had a breakup or they're seeing that their companion isn't as attracted to them anymore, or we have two dreams trying to be pursued. Like, I don't want to get pregnant. I do want to get pregnant. Let's get married. Let's wait until after this thing passes, you know, and this has kind of been going on without some sort of compromise. The demand at the very top, Gemini, is something financial or maintaining stability, getting to a certain level or a degree in a career field of some sort. So the money focus is there. The discipline is there. We also have someone who's holding a purse. They're holding a bag. They may have things inside of that bag. There's a good conversation about support, about help, about people backing you up in a certain way so that things will start working the way that they're supposed to. So that's what you're catching this week. I don't know if a professional is showing up. This very well could be a piece of paper, a certificate earned, a degree earned. There's something here that's being paid for, it's being bought with, and this positive spin forward lifts in support and begins to have things working together. Okay, Libra. I don't know which one of those died. Libra, this is what I have. You may have been helping someone, mentoring someone. There's only been so many activities. It's almost like someone's been resting. They've been in a hermit mode of some kind, and you know this person, you know their ways, you know their habits. Now you've been curious, Libra, because this person has been looking at a relationship, third party outside of you in some sort of way, and you've been wondering, like, what's my person doing? Are they in the room with the door closed, and who are they talking to in there? And so there's you know, this listening thing that's kind of catching information. You're not catching much, but the stuff that you do catch seems to be in support of what you need, of what you like. It would be like hearing something and going, oh my God, I can't believe they're going to do it. Oh my God, I can't. And they're like behind the door and they're eavesdropping and they can't believe it because someone has been trying to get this person to get up and do something for a while. So, you know, the person that you've been having disagreements with, they kind of know. They know I didn't have the money at the time. They know I didn't have support at the time. They know I didn't have whatever at the time, and that I wasn't in the best position like the other person was. So, you know, whoever's eavesdropping, the one that is kind of trying to catch information, they're going to receive a message this week that has to do with a career field or a job, extra money coming into the house. There may also be a message about a house. I kind of get the feeling that someone might decrease the price of a house. That might even be me. Oh, okay.
Get on it, babe.
Get on it, dude. Call
It's neat that you're talking like, so you're talking about somebody listening in on the end caps of my cards.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I threw out another line and it threw the tower between that 4 of Wands in reverse and the moon because I was curious what it was about. And then you see that burst of energy, that little confusion, and then the offerings, and it's end capped with like the 8 of Swords in reverse, the Knight of Swords in reverse, and the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. So it literally just looks like somebody on the outside watching everything this person's doing, and it's like tiptoeing when they don't want to make a wrong step because they just regain some confidence that they can actually move forward. It's kind of cool. that you mentioned that. I'm sorry to interrupt. You continue.
It's really
Libra.
weird
My bad.
because I have Gemini who they have some sort of skill or they have some sort of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Libra's like, I hope this other person doesn't find out I've done this. Oh, I hope that other person doesn't tell them that story, right? So Libra's like edgy. And then Aquarius is getting just dumped on.
Yeah.
Just dumped. It looks to me like Aquarius is being scapegoated for something.
Mm-hmm.
It also looks like Aquarius this is like watching someone from the wallflower sort of situation, right? Trying to stay out of someone else's world. It's kind of like going around the bubble, you know, and whatever's being burst inside, I'm watching from the outside in. And there is, it's almost like this person that could be a Pisces watching the new beginning. There's this drain of emotion that's coming from this person. The message here that shows that a certain activity isn't going to stop, or this thing is like they're not going to do it my way. I can't believe they're not going to do it my way. You know, I can't believe they're not seeing with their eyes this fire thing. Oh, it may be even a response from someone.
It's an impulsive decision. I see an impulsive decision all over it.
Yeah, it has an impulsive decision, but there's an anger thing that comes with it as well. And it's not just one person, it's two. Okay, I have the Libra who's like, oh, I hope they don't find out, right? And then I have a Gemini character who's like, you know, crossed a line, something happened there, but it's not my choice, you know. I have a skill. There's I don't know. Good things with the Gemini. The Libra's kind of nervous. The Aquarius is getting dumped on, and any kind of like trying to communicate, all of their words are burning because of anger. Now the Queen of Cups very well. It looks like someone kind of getting their heart ripped out, like a sacrifice that was made that really affected this person's heart. And yeah, there's like a drowning aspect to it, but a choice that is made. It's like I didn't, anytime I reached my voice out, I was hidden in the background. Nobody's listening to me. You know, something may come out in anger, something may have a lot of passion to it, like yearning, like you need to understand. And the other person is not, they're like la di da di da. Well, it looks like there's not much time for something also, Aquarius. Time that has slipped by, someone sitting in that space of feeling like I can't get over these emotions.
Right.
You know, I can't run from myself. You know what I mean? Like all the energy's inside of me. I'm a cup, and I can't get away from all the water. It's in
Yeah,
there, you know.
you got a lot of water. I have very little water, but I have an offering. I have the offering with the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. But this is like very much somebody, you see one person very much in their, it's almost like one person is that I'm looking in this storyline is very much in their head, which air signs, especially if you have an air sign moon, you process your emotions through your mind, right? You process your thoughts, your emotions, and all that way. And there's an extreme emotional detachment that I can see going on here, but it looks like one person's trying to stay emotionally detached so that they can do what they got to do. Like, I can't fret over this because I have this to do.
Yeah.
And I know
I
I'm
have the
capable, but
same.
I got all these yahoos,
I
like,
have the same.
and it's a soulmate, it's a soulmate that's doing it. And you're standing there in your power at that King of Pentacles, trying to be the strong one to hold everybody up. But it's almost like, it does very much speak to, we've got to find a new way to do this. We can't continue with the way that it's been going because you're not, it's like your anxiety and emotion, like your mental state that you have yourself in, is not helping me move forward. So buckle up. Buckle up, I got shit to do. But yeah, that's that emotion thing. It's like somebody has to step out of their emotions and look at the bigger picture of something. Maybe the why behind it. There's a little bit of a fear moving into this thing. However, I think that, paying mind to your intuition, like, listen to what your gut's telling you. Pay attention to what's around you. You have to disconnect, even if it's a matter of just not answering your phone or replying to text for a day, or saying, I'm busy right now, I can't, because you can't take on somebody else's emotional baggage. That's going to help you guys be able to keep moving forward. And hey, with this Gemini and New Moon, make it a chance for you to, whether you do your own little new moon ritual, even if you're not into that kind of thing, at least start getting yourself Gemini'd out. Make yourself a list. Start getting brainstorming. And the right people and the right opportunities will be coming your way, from what I can see with the star card. So stick on it, and you don't necessarily need other people to do it for you. You can do it yourself, but don't hesitate to reach out to those that that you can trust with your information, without feeling slighted by what it is that you're doing. So that's what I get. It's kind of for everybody. What's going on, Em? Did you lose audio?
No, my beats, my pro beats died, so I was like, oh, let me grab this, and then I remembered I'm not on the computer, I'm on my phone. So is it echoey for you right now?
A little bit.
All right, let me turn it down.
Not super bad.
Okay, that's probably the best I can do. I don't know if I can hear you. Okay,
it's fine.
Okay.
It's
Calm
fine.
down, calm down.
Did you want to throw some? You want to throw some whatchamacallits? Some of your oracles?
Yeah, but I wasn't really done with the Aquariuses.
Oh, good.
Because I have it is a threat. I can see that, like, it puts someone in a dangerous situation in some way, and nobody's listening to them, just like one after the other. So there is like a message that a person gives where it's kind of like, did you have to be so cold? Yeah. Did you have to be so cruel? You know what I mean? It was just like really cold and really cruel. And someone gets their feelings hurt, or whatever the words were, the pain level of the words that they say, the cruelty level of the words that they say. Aquarius is like, F this crap, I'm out. I get that. So
I do see a break. This could also just be a breakup, like with the Tower card and
well,
4
it's
wands
almost
and the
like
moon.
anticipate that someone's going to say something cruel,
It's like
and
ghosting.
what I kind of catch is the person may be far away from you, distance, or maybe they're absent or something like this. And I mean, it's sort of like hearing that another person has a negative judgment about you in some sort of way.
Yeah,
and
that's right there. Judgment.
Confused, because it's sort of like I thought there was a commitment there between us, or maybe there could have been a commitment between the two of us, and I didn't know you were looking at it this way.
There's definitely judgment and hurt feelings in this.
I have a
see that.
Leo too, and a Sag. A Leo who's trying to like wave down the Aquarius, like, hey, if those are the only choices you have, let's just make another fucking choice over here, or make, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, screw that. We don't have to make either choice. Let's go this way. And this Leo person sort of is looking at you and diminishing your workload. They're literally taking you from a 10 of Wands in the reverse to the 8 of Wands in the reverse, and it starts backing you up out of a hole by doing something here that makes you happy anyway. Look at that, the Empress.
It's such a beautiful card.
Someone's like, I feel love for not having to do that. Yeah, it's sort of like creating a different finding a different inspiration, finding a different passion. There is playing here, some sort of playfulness with like feeling like you're playing like your kids out in the yard having a good oh, I'm picking up a past life. Should I say this about Aquarius? I don't know.
If it's really quick, don't go into the full blown, babe.
Okay, because it has to do with like being in a camp, like a labor camp, a refugee camp, and being around, like, I'm seeing just gypsies that are drinking and dancing at night around fires. It gives that sort of, you know, anyway, it looks like a good time. I'm just saying, might be a hotel room. Oh.
Mm-hmm. That which happens hidden in the dark. Let me show that at the very opening. So you may be on point with that, Miriam, because I got the 4 of Wands, reverse, the Tower card, and the Moon.
This person is sad and upset because they can't make you happy the way this other thing made you happy. You know, it would be like me. Let's say you and I are married, right?
Yeah.
And I'm looking at you going, I wish I could make Heather as happy as Amy does.
Right.
It's an envy thing. I'm never gonna make her as happy.
That would explain those end caps the way they were.
Yeah. Okay, that's all. I'm done with. Are we done with air signs, or do you want to throw oracles? Is that what you were saying?
I'm not. I didn't know if you were, because that might help fill in some of the blanks to your questions.
Okay, hold on, because I work here. I know
that you
where
do.
everything is.
That you do.
Show me the air signs, please. I think that little Leo person is so cute. Like, those are my only 2 options. Not my only 2 options. Yeah, this Leo person shows up and goes, you know what? F that. Show me the air signs, please.
I have a lot of young energy in mine. There's definitely a lot of kiddos.
Air signs for June 2025. What do the air signs need? Ooh. In the removal, fake friends in the reverse. It's a real deal, right? If this person's not, they're secure with themselves. You know what I mean? They're not insecure, so they're not going to sell something of their. It would be like saying, I don't have to sacrifice a portion of my identity when I'm with this person. I don't have to sacrifice the truth or my integrity, you know? It's sort of like, I can be vulnerable here and dance around fires and stuff. Someone watching from a distance, but they like
I see that.
I see that.
I see that. I
There's
see
some
that.
sexual whatever right there. I'm not going to lie. There are signs this person's watching. That hit. Okay, a bank failure is in the upright. Oh, it's like, how can this person be in this situation and still be happy? I don't understand. They don't have anything. They don't need anything. That's what this person is saying.
So,
Okay, love story
yeah.
once upon a time is in the reverse. It's literally saying those words, Aquarius, that when you're in this space with this person, it's redefining what they believe relationship love is, and they're watching it from afar and how it kind of comes out. They don't need to have a fake story, because this is kind of how it really is in person. You know what I mean? They don't need to fake it. So it points to the other, and it says that person, that's kind of all they do. That's all this, that's all they do, is they're worried about how they're seen in front of everybody else. They don't want to look like they're toxic. So you have someone wearing a mask and someone not wearing a mask. And those are the two people that Aquarius is looking here, and Aquarius is looking there, and Aquarius is here, and Aquarius is looking there. I keep saying Aquarius.
Yeah. Aquarius is big time all over mine too. I got the star card and the tower card.
I'm also not saying the Libra and Gemini aren't involved in the story, because the Knight of Swords has been running back and forth between the Libra and the Gemini.
I have the same thing. Knight of Swords and the Page of Swords. It's almost like there's stuff like somebody watching somebody do something new that they're like to piggyback on what you just said. Somebody's watching somebody do something new, and the other person is just like almost in envy, but so much so that it comes off in like a disgust or a judgmental way, because they're a little jealous that they're not doing their own thing, kind of way. Is what I'm seeing.
Look down at your table, and nowhere have I seen the Knight of Cups in the reverse. Do you have that?
Oh no, not at all. Not at all. I got the Page of Cups in reverse, and the Queen. Just the Page of Cups in reverse, and the Six of Cups, and the Ace of Cups.
I mean,
who's the hoe? All right, you were saying it. Who's the hooker? Is that what you said?
Yes, I have a. That's why I asked about the Knight of Cups in the reverse. Sorry, I was seeing something come out of this person's heart space. The one that's watching, and remember, I started back here with a Pisces looking at a new start.
Yeah.
There is someone hanging and watching. Okay. This person right here, and I know you can't read it, so I'll read it for you. Doing drugs, right? Knowing they effed up, but it's in the reverse. So this person knows they
but doesn't want to admit
wrong, bruh, right? And then red lipstick stains, and there's my hooker. So I wonder if the Gemini doesn't have any guilt, because the Gemini is part of the process that is concerned about how it looks. We do these things because I'm concerned with how I look to others. And Gemini does have that in conjunct to Capricorn.
So I have two Eight of Swords in reverse. I do have two Eight of Swords in reverse and a Nine of Swords in reverse. Somebody has done a lot of thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking and overthinking about it. Maybe trying to justify actions. It's almost like a paranoia.
I have someone here who's walking away from trash. It's sort of like saying, oh, they were judging air signs. They were judging, and the Libra was like on the outside of things, disagreeing with what was happening because things were not stable. And the Libra is sort of looking at this person saying, look, I just want this person to be happy. If they're not happy, there's also, the Libra. Why do we got to drag the Libras into it? Because the Libra is sort of protecting others like their children. They've known this person since they were very, very young. A soulmate, soul contract person that is far away from them, that brought in an abusive sort of dynamic. And there were times, Libra, that, it's Libra sort of looking at love, looking at commitment and saying, I may have done those things once upon a time, but we don't do those things anymore,
Yeah, there's definitely one person that grew up and one person that just got older.
Yeah. One person grew up and one person just got older. I do see, though, that like someone still has their beauty. It's like a natural beauty, and other people are catching onto it, Libra. Oh, like one person they've done, it seems like they may have, okay, how do I put it? One person has to wear a lot of makeup or has to do whatever, and the other person doesn't. So, yeah, and I have this person on the outside watching this one and watching that one and seeing a natural beauty.
Aww.
But the comparison thing, it is
it's there again. It's there again.
Forth and back and forth. One person is so worried about what they're wearing and how they look before they walk out the door, right? And the other person's just like, yeah, whatever, let's go.
Right.
I ain't worried about nothing. We'll figure it out. So
I see this whole dialogue that played out in somebody's head. Like when I was talking about the mind thing, it looks like somebody created their own nightmare in a way, like by worrying and worrying. So please pay mind, especially with this new moon, my air signs, that you can't fool the universe, right? Like what ruminates within your mind and your body and how you're feeling. It basically, the universe isn't biased. It'll send you what you're sending out. So the more that you can get false narratives out of your head and realize, hey, maybe I was a little off on this perspective. Try to take a more holistic view. You'll start to be able to lift some of that anxiety and stress that you're under, to where you're not feeling like you need to be ghosting people, or because there is a ghost here. There's somebody ghosting somebody. And ghosting, or like constantly stalking somebody's social pages, looking for information like that. But try to get out of your head, and you got to work with the seeds that you've been or will be given very soon. You can't keep yourself closed out. You definitely have to step out of that energy to be able to receive what's coming your way, because you do have blessings with the Star card and these Ace of Cups and Ace of Pentacles. We've been going for like almost an hour on these boys.
That's fine.
And girls.
We can rename the video. I don't mind. And we can do another one later or whenever. Yeah, this all the accusations that were thrown, or the assumptions, I should say. And it's the Gemini that's kind of sitting up going, what? Like a squirrel. What just happened? it's not going to be like this forever. That's what the Gemini is saying. What? There's also been a very great sacrifice, air signs.
With all that Pisces that came out.
Someone didn't check the facts. It's showing that, Gemini. Someone didn't get in there and start checking the facts.
It's almost like thinking you're a pro before you are. And
there's an assumption that it's going to stay this way forever. You know what I mean? And this other person comes out the gate like one of those whippet dogs. Like, and all of a sudden this other person turns and goes, wait a minute, what just happened here? You know, I thought they were in the mud for the endurance. This person just, I walked out, they picked up, they took off. Like, and now it's like they're confident, they're strong. How is it that, you know, it's almost like you can't take someone down here, and somebody is in shock because they didn't believe, they didn't have faith.
Too bad, so sad.
It's sort of, you're right, there is a self-sabotage because I have like the Gemini looking at the Aquarius or something and going, if that's the way that it was, like, why did they divorce this person in the first place? Like, they had everything in their arms and it doesn't make sense.
Got to be careful, you air signs. Some of you like to stick your finger in too many cookie jars at once and do them comparisons and trust that the grass is not always greener.
To it, where this person is saying, you know, that they wouldn't have run away. They do have commitment ability. You know, like, look, the situation's about to explode. And there goes somebody, the Aquarius, like right out the gate.
Yeah.
Like, F yeah. Look, the Ace of Cups. I love it. Okay, so Gemini's going to be surprised and see, that's the thing with Gemini energy, you guys, is that you have two separate ideas, right? You want to merge them together so hard, like two magnets. No, I want it to go together, and they just won't jive. It's like oil and water, and it takes a Gemini a century to figure, because the frustration for a Gemini is like real. You know what I mean? Like, how come I can't be friends with that person and friends with my boss? You know, I don't understand. Why can't I go have a beer with my boss and be seen by everybody in the community? They want to put those two ideas, the Gemini function, wherever Gemini is in your chart. You're not able to do it. You're not able to do it. And eventually, the Gemini, in pure 4-year-old frustration, will just and say, I quit. Mom, come tie my shoes, please. And
that mom
the frustration,
energy,
meanwhile, is very real. So the moment that the Gemini just releases, like, you know, Sandra Bullock getting cut off that aircraft and the rocket just floating off in space. Soon as they do that, everything tumbles, like the dominoes go where they're supposed to go. Boop, 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 boop. Right? But you have to kill, it's almost like destroy the idea that those two that's the thing too. These two ideas, Gemini will look at you like a little a-hole and say, no, they can exist together. And everybody's looking at him like, not really, bro. And Gemini's like, you just watch, I'm going to make it happen. You know? That's how it kind of
bless their hearts. Bless their hearts.
So up here, Gemini's going, whoa, wait a minute. I thought it was always going to be this way. The Libra is sort of like, I just want everybody to be happy. Just be happy. But the Libra's like talking back and forth too. And the Aquarius is like, you a-holes don't want me? Fine. I don't want you. It's a lot like that. So
no lost sleep over it. No lost sleep over it. Aquarius likes that freedom anyways. I got that Aquarius moon. You got to have some freedom.
Did you know that the United States of America has an Aquarius moon? I need to say that because there's got to be somebody in here that doesn't know it. Nope,
I did know that.
I know everybody in here. Hi, guys. Hi. Hi.
Yeah, we've got
Baby 11, Allie. Wait,
Allie, Brandon, Amy.
Here. Where are you running away to, Allie?
She says Heather knows. Heck yeah, I know about that Aquarian energy.
There we go.
Gentlemen, hi you guys. Thank you all for showing up.
Brandon. Yeah, the Gemini season. You're right. Now, can we please take a moment of silence before Uranus moves into Gemini?
Is that July, right?
Did you get the joke?
Yeah. Full thrust. Lightning bolt.
And then you have Pluto trining Gemini. Oh my God.
Touching
Y'all better
Pluto
get on your ADHD meds.
Ooh, yeah.
That was a joke, YouTube. It was just a joke. Please stay on your medicines, everybody. Don't listen to me. I'm a tarot card reader. You need to go get your own professional advice because I ain't no doctor and neither is Heather.
But no, you're right. The energy is about to get really busy again because you figure Jupiter is still in Gemini. Uranus is going to be going there. Jupiter is going into Cancer, I think June 6th, right? And Saturn just went into Aries yesterday. So all the outer planets are changing signs. Pluto's stationed. Pluto's retrograde, right on my Aquarius moon. Nonetheless, that my past year has been crazy with Pluto sitting on my moon, but all this energy, it's gonna get really loud. We're messing with a lot of air and fire, the earth and water, and being all stuck in our fields and not being able to like really move on it is gone. So it's go time for at least the next 3 to 4 months, because we are not going to be getting energy like this back. So take advantage of it. Plant those seeds. If you've already planted those seeds, you better start making steps and letting the universe know that you are ready. You are ready. Put in the effort every single day, even if it's just one thing at a time. One thing at a time. Don't over Jupiter Gemini it.
I thought of that all morning.
Shrink it down. One thing at a time. All right. Feeling low-key like an electric hurricane. Yeah, me too, Allie. I have had goosebumps, and it's decently warm here anyways. I sitting outside yesterday. I got goosebumps like 3 to 4 times. The electricity is intense. Hey, speaking of another story.
I want to hear about in the comments, especially from my people. I know my people. Can you please tell us any ascension signs you've been feeling? Man, you're always spring cleaning and planting gardens. I love that you do, though. You're amazing and beautiful when you do it.
My crown chakra has really been lighting up the past couple of weeks. And when I say lighting it up, normally like I can activate it right here. I can activate my third eye and then it'll radiate over my crown. Lately, I've been having almost like if somebody, if you got a spirit with fingernails that comes and does this to the top of your head and then just gives you the all throughout your whole body, but it's electric. That's what's been like really going. And what was it? The Uranus Pazimi? OMG. That few days, man, my spidey senses were through the roof. And I was like going on charts like I haven't gone in forever. Like I was like, boom, 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 boom. Look at this connection, these connections. So it's about to get really fast, and I'm so excited about the technologies and things that are going to be coming out in the
You quit
creations.
smoking. I love that, Brandon. I think you
Woohoo!
told me that in a message the other night, didn't you? Congratulations.
Aqua Baby gets the pressure in the third eye. Yeah,
Pressure
it's
in the
almost like
third eye.
it's almost like an electric magnet. Like I can turn it on really quick if I need to.
I've been having a strange ascension, and maybe that's why I ask. I assume it's me, but it could be, someone from the other side who's that close to me.
Yeah.
But I notice that when it's quiet and I'm walking through the house, right? The puppies are asleep. Everybody's sleeping. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. It's a distance of about 4 to 6 feet from me. That's why I say it. It's always at this sort of distance, but there will be a bang on the wall or the sound that something has fallen over, and nothing has fallen over. There's nobody banging on the wall. And it's not when I'm laying in bed at night. It's when I'm moving about the house. So it's not a spirit. I know what those feel like, which is why I'm kind of like me. And so I know that with the elevation, we're going to have, they're always talking about ascension symptoms. They don't talk about ascension benefits because we get bennies from ascending. You know what I
Very
mean?
true. Very true.
And as Heather was talking about her Uranus and Scorpio, I too have Uranus and Scorpio, but mine's in the second house, which is Earth. And you guys know I have an obsession with looking at the Earth and all things Earth. That's what Geo means. On, in, and around the Earth. All of it is mine. So because mine's in the second house, that would be like a seed in the ground and something is bumping, or I am bumping because of the elevation. And so it's sort of like creepy. I know Brandon's in the range, and so is Amy. Is Amy? I know Brandon is. I don't know if Amy would be. I'd have to think about and pull the book, which I can if you want the birth dates, unless you already know your chart and you know that you have Uranus in Scorpio. Because I wonder if I'm hitting the grid lines. I wonder if I'm moving to the next, because basically that's what the rapture is. I don't know if you guys know this, the rapture. The Christians have always talked about the folks that just up and disappear.
We were talking about this just the other day, weren't we? Yeah.
Yeah, it's more like taking the dimmer switch and being like, I'm here. I'm here, and not really moving. But I wonder if you guys have noticed. So let's say your Uranus is in Scorpio in the 7th, right?
The ass end of the 7th. So yeah, my world always gets blown up.
The ass end of the 7th. So
by the
your
people.
Uranus would be relational to turn on, and because it's Libra, it would have to be in the air.
And my moon is in Aquarius. Yeah.
In the 3rd, which means
no, mine's in the 10th. Are you talking? What are you talking about?
No.
Mine's in
the Gemini. I thought it was low.
No, mine's at my moon, Aquarius moon is in the tail end of my 10th house. It's in the final degree of my 10th house.
Okay, so it's when you stand up and take authority, or your reputation rises.
Or I'm different.
Being seen in the world in a certain way. I mean, there's a lot of ways that you could look at the 10th house. It's not just career, it's social conditioning. So when you do something different with another person, but you jump in there That's what that 10th would mean. And even become a leader.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, that's when you start zipping faster. Okay,
that's
so wait a second,
when
Amy.
other
Where's
people. That's
Amy?
when other people like blow up my world. Like right when that's happening every time.
Lulu has been seeing 1111, 1212,
Angel
444,
numbers.
1010, 555. It's crazy. In less than 7 days, I received a call that I was accepted into a university and a job offer to go back to the hospital.
Congrats, Lulu.
Congratulations, Lulu. This is why I love it, because she hung
That's
in
your new
there.
moon story.
I
That's your new moon.
remember.
Ah.
She has been hanging in there for such a long time.
Downloads and downloads, noises and flashes.
I'm not gonna cry. I know this. I know her struggle, and I'm so look.
Don't
This
cry.
is ridiculous. I'm so happy
Oh,
for you. Oh, it's like you're getting married or something, walking down the aisle.
oh.
Congratulations.
Oh,
I'm such
Allie,
a. I'm such a.
I've used
Don't
that
even.
for years. I've used GhostTube for years. Yeah, it is a trip. Like I actually lived
So
in a house that was haunted and having paranormal. I'm sorry, no. What is that? Poltergeist activity. Like insane in that house. And there was that stick figure thing. I would have them walking towards me, and I record them on my GhostTube. Like it's crazy.
So Jenna Lynn, what house is your Uranus and Scorpio in? Because like I kind of need all three. So going back up here to Aqua Baby, getting downloads on downloads. I'm all like, dang, girl, your spirit guides and stuff doing it last minute. Like, oh, the test is tomorrow. You better do the download. Quick.
It's like
Upload.
our every day is one after another after another.
Aqua Baby, you're the shredder. They're like, shred. That's not that funny, but I think it is.
Well, let me get there.
All right, let's see. Allie, Uranus in Capricorn. I think the 7th house.
Mm.
And the 7th house, you're looking at the other. And at first, I do know, like in the younger years, the Capricorn of the 7th folks, they have this thing where their little antenna is trying to pick up other people who have Capricorn power or who they think has Capricorn power. Because when they get with someone, all of a sudden they want to start a business. Oh yeah, me and you are going to start a business. Except usually with Capricorn over the 7th, when in the younger years, they're choosing partners and then saying, let's start a business. So if you and I were going to get married, most people get married for a reason, you know, and a lot of people don't know what that reason is, but just bear with me. Some folks get together because they want to have legacy, so they want to have a lot of children. Other people get together because they have a joined religious belief and they want to pass that religious belief to as many people as possible. So they have 3 wives and 57 children. Then there are people who want to get married because they want to work out all the time, move to New York City or Atlanta. Okay. They want to get there. They want to look sharp. So they get custom made suits fitted, right? And like really shiny shoes. And they love that their partner is just like them. So these two people together build their empires side by side, right? But that's the only thing they do.
We've
And
seen
they have
that. We've
no
seen those
children,
people.
which means any social function that they go to, people go, oh my God, how many children do you have? And they're like, we didn't have any. But on the inside, they're feeling, girl, I ain't got time to have no kids. I have an empire. So people get married for different reasons. That's my whole point here. When you have Capricorn on the 7th, girl, you gotta ask. You gotta talk it out. Like, if you're gonna build a business with someone, where the F is the business plan? You can't get with someone beforehand and be like, oh, yeah, that's right. The second thing with Capricorn over the 7th is that that person may have a lot of karma attached to them, attached to you. So you don't know till we look at the chart. Did this person push you off a cliff? They run you over with their carriage? Do they take a hanky out and stuff it up your nose and waterboard you? We'd have to look at the chart, right? Which means you still have to go ask. You have to go ask someone outside of yourself, Capricorn. You are not the end all be all to like stack people up and be like, oh, they're a good partner, they're a bad partner, right? You can't be pulling people off the shelf. You got to ask. You got to ask about this. You got to ask about that. So technically, I would say that every relationship out there with Capricorn over the 7th, yeah, I'm talking to you. It'd probably be good for you to have a book that you can open. And I have that book, and it's called The 100 Questions You Ask Someone Before Capricorn, before any Capricorn of the 7th, Venus Capricorn, Capricorn, any personal planet Capricorn, I'm talking to you. You must talk with this individual before you jump into the sack. Capricorn over the 5th. I'm going to get you now. Saturn in the 5th. Don't play with me. Sun conjunct Saturn. Talking to all y'all. You have to talk to the person, Capricorns, before you jump in the sack. And Capricorn's all like, yeah, I just gotten off work, right? And I decided to go to the pub for a second because Willie and Johnny and all these dudes that I went to high school with were still friends, right? Go in and get me a Jack and Coke. Well, she walked by me. She brushed on me. So, well, yeah, I followed her to the bathroom. You see? You've never had bath? Really? You're weird. Okay.
No, I'm a Virgo.
Willing to jump off of an airplane
Hey,
with a parachute,
my Aquarius. I can't say. Never mind. I can't. Never mind. There was, yeah. So hush up. I don't talk about that stuff. I'm a Virgo. That shit's ick. Ick.
I fell into it. I made the hole and then I just fell into it.
You did. I got
apologies, Pluto. Everybody.
I got Pluto
but that's
exact.
Only something you see on the movies, right?
I got Pluto exactly on my DC, which is your relationship.
Barbara.
So
bye, Barbara.
Yeah. Don't get me started on that deep stuff.
Dude, seriously,
I'd like to keep my channel.
A very good friend that I've been reading for like 5 or 6 years, and she has very strong Capricorn placements, and in her wisdom, because she was very wise, she's one of the first people that I've ever sat with. She came to me and said, Miriam, I know that I have my first Saturn return. Can you walk with me through it? And I was like, yeah, I guess so. I guess we're doing this. And just her coming to me at that age and saying, I have the humble knowledge of knowing I'm about to, we got her through. She's on the other side.
Oh, I'm going through my Saturn opposition right now.
Me too.
It's like, what was it? Neptune opposite Sun, then Saturn opposite Saturn.
And the Chiron return.
Well, mine, it's finally off my ascendant. I'm at the 19 Aries rising, and it's been playing between 19 and 23 for a year and a half now.
Yeah.
And between that and Atropos just sweeping my north node in the 5th, woo! That is no play in transit. Especially when you got a named asteroid right there on your north node, like I did. That person is bye-bye. It sucks. And the Saturn returns are really hard. So if you don't know a whole lot about the Saturn returns, go back to the last astrology video that Miriam did. because she goes into talking about Saturn returns. They are kind of rough. I need to get a refill, sis.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna step away. I got my earbuds in.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
I'm gonna be right back. I can't. It's not like I can pause it, you know.
I had to take my glasses off because I did the reading yesterday, and I have trigeminal neuralgia on this side of my face, and it started swelling. And I looked at John. I was like, I don't know if I can do readings, you know. So I did software business stuff because yes, Heather and I were putting the foundation together right now. And
Yeah.
this time we have AI. Yay! And we have Allie. Allie has AI too. I want to get Jamie Fry in on the AI. Yeah, we've got
It's a lot.
team.
It is a lot like working with MySpace for sure.
And we have our dreams. We have our teams and our dreams. Which means that the old dream that you thought, like the way that it was going to be, you know, Emma always taught me to grieve a loss, no matter what it was. And she also had me, I told you that, she sat me down, read me the book, Who Moved My Cheese? And it's like almost 200 pages. And she did it all in one night, one sitting, because she wanted to shove that book down my throat. And it talks about ensuring that even though this is the path that you're walking on, to cultivate other paths too, and to just put those options in your back pocket so that when the day comes, you have options. You know, you're not just standing there going, oh my God. And there's been a few times, I don't know if you guys have had this in your world, where I have worked very, very hard since 2013, Neptune in Pisces, entering Pisces, to rebuild my world, not knowing how, not knowing what, not knowing who, because I was never taught. I grew up in a very violent household. I didn't have any coping skills, any skills, no skills, none. I just knew that I was effed up. I knew it. And I didn't want to be that way. And I also knew that I couldn't do what my parents did or just the opposite because it was all screwed up. Had to start from ground zero. But you guys have been part of the process. There have been times where chaos blows through my world and we just salute it as it goes by.
Yeah, right?
Because it's like, toodly-doo. Why? Because I've cultivated friendships. I've cultivated knowledge. I've cultivated cooking. I've cultivated knitting. I have knitting in here. I have my coloring things in here. I have all my astrology stuff. I get stuck on that and just... So I had a life. I already had a life that I built. And the people that get angry at me about, you know, you didn't take the loss of that YouTube channel too hard, Miriam. Well, I had you. I had friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I have a life. It's the days that I wake up and I'm like, I don't have a life. And Amabel would have said, whose responsibility is it to keep you occupied, Miriam?
Right.
Mine.
Yours.
Dang it, Amabel shows up. So,
What are we going with? Your, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was talking until you got back. You just sat down, pulled your hair back, and I was like, she's back.
What are we doing next? Fire signs or water signs?
We need to have a little powwow first.
Okay.
Are you tired? Are you hungry? Are you hurting?
I'm fine. I could use a little break.
I could too. So I'm wondering if we should stop the video here and
Yeah.
If I'm honest, guys, I have plans. John was like, let's go to the pool at night because everybody's there. I walk past them, everybody's in there. Let's go at night. And so they can't see my arms because I've never been, like, you know, he's always had the cuts. He's getting older. I don't say nothing. No, he can do whatever he wants. So yeah,
it's
we're gonna
Memorial
go
Day. It's
this
Memorial
weekend.
Day weekend.
It is Memorial Day weekend. Maybe we can crash a party and get some free food. That's something I would do.
Do you want to throw? Are we gonna throw down another one and
tomorrow?
go jump live tomorrow? Okay.
Tomorrow
All right.
we may do 2 or 3. Let's cool.
So we knocked out the air signs, but we were working on stuff before we got it.
Dude.
Yeah.
They got a nice read out of us.
Yeah.
She's
Everybody's
the soft one, you guys. She's the one. She gives all the kisses. I give all the kicks. Like, she gives the hugs and kisses. I give a kick a can down the road.
Well, it depends on which Heather you get, you know.
Jenna Lynn, what time tomorrow? I would say about, you can look for us anywhere from noon to 1 o'clock, probably 1 o'clock. Is 1 o'clock starting time tomorrow, Heather?
That's fine.
That's cool.
That's fine. I'm not doing nothing until I'm doing something right now.
And if it changes, Jenna Lynn, you can look for the updates on the social media. Here, Heather has Facebook. I have Facebook, Instagram, Patreon if you're on the Patreon channel. Okay, go out into the world, do good things, and I want to hear all the stories. I love stories. All right. Love you guys. I'm out.
Bye, guys. Thanks for coming by. See you later.